Alright, today we're going to take this 1998 Toyota Camry and we're going to install high beams and low beams to replace this yellowing that you see here with the SEALIGHT Scope Arc LED lighting. This particular one here is the S6 model, which has the 9005 HB3s and the HB9 or H9 or H11 for the high beams. Alright, now let's go ahead and do a little bit of box opening and we'll check out the lights. Alright, and here's a look at the lights with the high beams on as well. And these are the originals that were in the vehicle when it was purchased. A little box unveiling here. Let's open this up. I did take the plastic cellophane off already. Now I have the Seagates, the SEALIGHT originals on the Honda, and they've been going steady for about 12 and a half months now. Not bad. No yellowing, still bright. I do have to clean the lenses on both vehicles, and I'll do that in a second. So we got some gaskets here. These look like they might go for the high beams. Here's instructions. And you can adjust the angle in item 2 by following item 3, which shows you how to take out the screw or put the screw in, and you can adjust the way the 3 prongs sit so you get the proper angle on the light bulbs. And here's the different style of bulbs and what it looks like, and it has the codes on it. We're going to marry those up in just a second. And then you also have some zip ties and some mini screws in order to follow the steps. Now that's only necessary if you're going to adjust the way the light bulb sits inside the aperture. You want it to have the same exact angle as the original bulb that comes out. So for example, here, if you can see, you want these to be shining at 10 and 2 basically. So when you put it in, you're going to make it face the same way the bulb does when you look at the filament on the inside. And one of the other ones with the thicker gasket, let's take a look at that one. Alright, this one's a little thicker, so I'm guessing this one's going to be the high beams, but I'll do a closer look here in just a second. And if we take the foam casing out, we're going to see, we're going to have a pair of gloves so that you don't touch it and get it cause some kind of a heat cycle. And then on the bottom you have the different labels. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to go and see what kind of lights we have in the vehicle. The passenger side lights on the Camry are behind the windshield washer wiper, and the low beam is right here in front of you. I'm going to get a little zoom up on that, and it's a green tape, but I can't read the writing on there. It's okay, we'll check it out when we get it back. And then the high beam is located right down here. Let's see if we can see what type of high beam that is, if we can read it. It's a little blurry, but that is an HB what? I can't see it. The angle's weird on my phone. Looks like HB3. But anyways, we'll get those out and we'll get a closer look at them. This is the passenger side front high beam and low beam. Here's the engine compartment here, so you can get a good look at it. Just so you know which one I'm talking about, we're on this side of the vehicle. Good job. Now I will mention that the engine compartment's hot. This car belongs to my mom. She just arrived for Thanksgiving dinner, and of course they're watching Die Hard, and that one just triggers me because of my prior military service. So here we go. I'm going to try and remove this particular bulb to the inside of your screen with the green tape. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn counterclockwise. Now, this hose is going to be moved out of the way. It's going to fit my hand back here. Hopefully I won't get burned. I'm turning it counterclockwise and pulling out. All right, let's see. Counterclockwise and pulling out. Now the bulb sits this way. And what I want you to pay attention to is the filament. You see how the filament, let's look at it from the side here. It's up and down, vertical. So you want the LED to go in facing the same way. You don't want it to shine this way, because then your beam is going to be completely wrong. You're going to be blinding people. Looking at it from the top, it's going to be just like a shark fin. Understood? All right, be right back. All right, referencing the placard, it says here that this green band, let's see if we can get close up on it. It's an H11. Let me see. Let's see if we can get this a little clearer. Ready? Let's see if we can get this focused in. H11 in the top right corner. All right, it's got the green band. And if you look at this card, you've got H11, okay? All right, let's get started with the one that replaces the H11. When we look at our packed lights, each one has a tag on it. This particular tag says H11, H8, and H9. So this is the one I'm going to take off first. So let's trace this around. I'm trying to do this with one hand, so bear with me. Okay. All right, getting a close look at it. You see how the filament is flat on one side, but if we adjust it here, it looks like a shark fin. So we're going to maintain that same angle of approach. All right, here's the original bulb. We want to look down on it just like that, and it's going to go in just like that. Okay, you don't want it to sit like this. Again, it's going to affect your beam. So let's see if we can get this in there. All right, I'm going to try and marry this up gently. Line up the, let's see here, we're going to put it sideways, line it up just like that, and then turn gently until it locks, and there it is, it's locked in place. Now, let's see if we can see the beam on the inside. We can't, but we know that it's the proper way. Now we're going to take this piece here, and we're going to connect it to this connector right here. All right, let's see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it for just a second to get everything lined up. Actually, I might not have to. I think I can do this with one hand. All right, here we go. And the zip ties are going to use to tie the wires back so they don't get in the way of anything. All right, almost got it. Come on. All right, and here we go. We're just going to click it. And it's clicked in place. I'm going to take this light bulb, I'm going to secure it, and let's turn on the headlights and see what it. Okay, this is the driver's side. Oops, I got the parking. All right, here's the original driver's side. And then here's the passenger side that we just did. And your beam looks perfect. See how you got the butterfly reflecting off the main glass? And I'm also going to shine that front glass. I'm going to show you how to do that with using Sylvania's headlight restoration kit. Amazing kit. Works really well. All right, next we're going to go and switch out the low beam on the opposite side. Okay, here's the low beam here. I'm going to turn off the lights. Okay. Now with this one here, again, we're going to turn counterclockwise gently. I don't know if you can see that. Bear with me here. Turning counterclockwise gently. Okay, as you can see the angle of it now. And then we're going to gently pull out the bulb. It's a little wiggle. There we go. And there it is. Now there isn't very much play in this cable. And the light bulb is hot. So I'm going to pause it and I'm going to take this off using two hands so I don't burn myself. One moment, please. All right, I've got a good hold of the plastic piece now. And there's a little tab right where my thumb is. I'm going to see if you guys can close in on that. And all I do is I press on that tab and I pull the light bulb out. All right, stand by. Okay, double check the tag. And the tag states up nice and close here, H11. And we're going to make sure it goes in parallel with the ground, just like this, like a shark fin. Again, easy way to remember. And then we'll buckle it to the connection in just a second. I'm going to do my best to show you the angle of approach here. I tilt it sideways. You see there's your three prongs. And I don't know if you can see the light aperture there. There you go, 3 prongs. So we're going to marry that up. And here we go. Putting it in there perpendicular. All right, and I'm going to slowly adjust it by turning it clockwise until the teeth grab on. Okay, it doesn't look like it did, so I'm going to try again. Okay, let's try one more time. There we go. Okay, now it's in there nice and firm and flat, so the gasket's making contact. I don't know if you can see that. Let's zoom in just a little bit. There we go. And then now I'm just going to turn it clockwise. Let's see if I can get that angle in there so you guys can see it. And there you go. Cable's pointing straight down. All right, now we're going to connect it. I'm going to see if I can do this with one hand again. All right, there's my connection piece. And then where's the other? All right, here we go. Got both pieces in my hand. Let's see if we can do this one-handed. Okay. There's my tab. All right, here we go. All right, so I've got it connected. I don't know if you can see it there. It's crooked, so let me just put this down for a second. Okay, it's connected but not clicked on, so I'm gonna get a close-up of that. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna gently push on both ends. Click. There it is right there. It's nice and clicked in place. Okay, I'm gonna let that drop. And then we're gonna test the beams. All right, both low beams. You can see how the butterflies on the front are pointing to the left and right, or what they call 10 and 2 or 9 and 3, however you want to say it. Next, we're going to work on the high beams, and we should be good to go. Stand by. Now, the high beam on the driver's side, which is the one I want to change first, because that's the one I'm going to have to mess around with for a little bit. If you look at it, it's tucked in behind the battery. I'm going to try and get this in here without removing the battery because I'm being lazy. We're going to turn it counterclockwise, half a turn, and gently pull out. Let's see if we can do this. Luckily, I have hands that are capable of fitting in here. And I'm turning it gently, and it's not going. So I'm gonna need to get a different adjustment here. Nope. Okay, let's try and adjust my hands and go in from the side here. There you go, that's smart. So if you have a Toyota, I'm coming in from the front of the battery, underneath the battery clamp. You should be able to see it's here. Turn gently, counterclockwise until it pops. There it goes. Turn just a little bit more, kind of shimmy just a little bit, and there we go. Now, I forgot to turn off the lights. Headlights are off. Now I can get in here and grab this high beam. And I want to look at which way that bulb's filament is facing. And again, it's just like a shark fin, top to bottom, nice and sleek. All right, so let's press the release button and see how that works. Okay, I'm gonna need 2 hands to press this button and remove that, so bear with me, I'm gonna pause. All right, so we got this thing removed. I'm gonna warn you, I barely touched that bulb and it is hot as the blazes. And all I did was have it on for just a few seconds. So these halogen bulbs are no joke, but again, you wanna look at the bulb and inspect it. This is what it looks like from the side view, this is from the top view, and this is what it's gonna look like when you have it inserted in, okay? Now this model here is the HB3. Stand by, we'll compare it to the high beam inside the box. All right, we said HB3. Can you see that okay? Let's see if we can focus in on that. Okay, that's HB3. We look at the tag, HB3. And the high beams are the ones that have that small, thin gasket. There's some spares for you in case you might need it. We're not gonna need it at this point. All right. Here we go, we're gonna attempt this again. Again, we're gonna line it up sideways with the LED facing you. Can you see how I have the LED facing up? We're gonna gently press that in. I'm doing the best I can here so you guys can see it. Okay, so I've got it tapered in there. It's hard to see, I'm so sorry. But the grommets have lined up. And now I'm just gonna do the pressure and twist. It's facing down. Got a secure fit. Yes. All right, here's my connector. And we're gonna connect that to the high beam connection piece, which is underneath. All right, and I'm gonna attempt to do this here. Okay. We're gonna come straight down this way. I'm doing this with one hand, so bear with me. All right, line it up a little more. Okay. And then click. Oops. Click. There it is right there. All right. I'm not going to test the high beams until I get the other high beam put on. All right, now we're on the passenger side. Let's see where that light bulb is. It's behind the water windshield washer wiper. Can you guys see it right there? All right, here we go. Please don't burn me this time. All right, I've got a grip on it, counterclockwise, and I'm not going to be able to get a good angle, but I turned it counterclockwise. Just a little shimmy. Just a little shimmy. There it is. I am not going to touch this bulb because I could feel it against my hand here. All right, I'm gonna pause it and safely take this out without breaking the bulb. Okay, here's a good look at the bulb. Hot. All right, there we go. So now I'm gonna press on this little lever to release the pressure off the bulb and then work the bulb out. But I'm gonna have to use 2 hands. Okay, after pressing the bulb and then working it out, there we go. All right, same way. There you go. And again, this one here says HB3. Last and final bulb. And let's make sure it's the right nomenclature here. HB3. All right, folks, we're in business. Now, of course, I'm going to put the bulb in first. All right, and we're going to turn it clockwise to lock it into place. So it's going in this way. All right, let's see if I can aim this properly. All right, you see the apertures there? All right, they're kind of positioned like this. So here we go. Place this in the right configuration. Move that little buckle out of the way. Okay, and now it seems like it was a good shot at the first try. Turn it. Should be vertical. Cable should be hanging straight down, and it is. All right, now I'm going to connect it. Getting pretty good at this one-handed connection thing, but let's see if we can do it again. I don't want to get too cocky. All right, so here's that. Here's the tab facing up. That makes it so much easier. Okay. Engine components are still kind of warm. Okay. There it is. It's connected. Now, it's starting to rain here, and I don't want to work on this car while it's raining because I don't want the components to get wet, but I'm going to zip tie all these in to place. Let's do one last shine and see what it looks like now with all 4 lights changed. All right, folks. High beams on, low beams on. It's a whole different vehicle, and they haven't even cleaned the lenses yet. But I hope you enjoy this little tutorial. It's a quick fix. I did this in less than 30 minutes. As a matter of fact, 17 minutes and 27 seconds. Thank you so much for paying attention. This is a 1998 Camry with the SEALIGHT brand S6 box. It's one of the newer ones. Should get about 1,000 feet ahead. The original lights, I do want to mention, I could barely see 25 feet in front of me when I was driving this car. So for safety reasons, we want to try and take good care of Mom. So y'all have a happy Thanksgiving, and thank you for watching.